How are we doing? Yes, I got a haircut, yes. Yes, I did. I went to a Korean barber and got a haircut. Yes, I know. Okay. Okay, I get it. I know, get the ooze out, get it out. Get it out. You're not evicted? No. I think I'll be in the arena tomorrow, probably. I'll probably be in the arena tomorrow. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like every time I get my haircut, it looks fucking ass. But in Korea, it looks at least a little less ass. Like, I feel like I don't look as much like a fucking medieval priest anymore. At least. It's like, it's less bad. Bro, Korea's crazy. Like, in the UK, an average haircut for a guy is like maybe 25 to 35 pounds. Maybe even more if you're like, if you don't have many options. In Korea, this cost 20 pounds, which is like 45,000 won. They did a free scalp check. They took photos of my scalp, gave me a recommendation about what products to use without like being fucking sellouts and being like, we got the products in store. They were just like, you should probably use things that are a little bit less oily and you should make sure to use things that... Then they washed my hair with a free treatment to fix the fucking... Because they said my hair had a little bit too much oil in it. So they just washed my hair with products to fix it. Then they gave me a haircut. And then after the haircut, you know when you get a haircut, you have to go home and shower? Bro, after the haircut, they re-washed my hair again. So they got rid of all the hair from my fucking neck and my back and shit. Well, not my back, but you know, like here. And then they re-dried it. And then they asked if I wanted any free product styling. Bro, in the UK, they just like say, sit the fuck down, cut your hair and tell you to piss off. It's crazy. While they were cutting my hair, there was like an assistant with a sponge. And every time a piece of hair landed on my face, the assistant just came along and just... G2 going back to the T1 facility after the match at MSI. Yeah, okay.
They ain't cut me. Yes, they did. They must have cut me.
What else? Two different sides of the story aftermath. Ooh. Do you know this is based on a book? I do know it's based on a book. I do know it's based on a book. The book is called Dune. Caedrel and the gang coming back to T1 HQ after partying all night with G2. The Doran interview is so sad. Immediately after the loss, Doran spoke with Sports Soul and lowered his head and said, I thought we were fully capable of beating G2, but we lost. I'm truly sorry to the fans. Doran is normally composed, but this day he was different. He was especially unable to hide his disappointment over the game 4. We had a big advantage in the early game, but we weren't able to carry that momentum through to the end. They also were moments in team fights where our calls didn't line up, and I regret we weren't able to play decisively. When asked about the reason for the loss, he acknowledged the defeat, saying the communication that had been working well didn't come together properly. I think G2 prepared well. Or better than they did. It's insane, though. We live in a world where G2's win rate against LCK teams is that they won against T1, Gen G, Fearex, and they lost to HLE. They're 3-1 versus LCK in best of 5. What the hell? Wait, don't talk about LPL, because BLG is fisting them the last 2 times. But, well, alright, G2 has gone up 2 places. G2 is just below HLE. Yeah, I think this is fair. BLG is quite high up, I guess, because of first hand, right? Staying alive. Faker at the math in the interview. Faker on everything's G2 2026 roster is the strongest Western team so far. We did lose today, but honestly, I didn't feel like we lost because the opponent was that strong. Personally, I just think we didn't play up to the level we expected, so we'll have to wait and see. Really? Well, I think Game 4 T1 Giga threw, and I think Game 1 they had a pretty strong draft, but they also kind of threw a lot of fights. But I think G2 came in very strong. I think G2's I think G2 had 3 big strengths. Number 1, Broken Blade obviously had the best series of his life. And he gapped the fuck out of Doran. That was strong. Number 2 was James. I think Labrov played excellent. And he played on par, or even better than Carrier that series. He had some great picks, some great matchups, and I think he had some great plays. And I think number 3, G2's coaching staff just fucking... They just had T1. They just had T1 staff. I think the prep, the way that they targeted Doran, the way that they drafted, they were creative, they were better on the fly. I think that their preparation was just better. So the top support and coaching staff, I think, were the big gaps for me. They had the same bans all 4 games. Yeah, but they always chose... I think the mistake, maybe T1 should... Actually, I don't remember if this is true or not. Let me check. Did T1 just keep choosing first pick? Because I remember this game, they first picked Nocturne, I think. This game, they first picked Rise. This game, they first picked Lee Sin. And... Oh, it says it here. Oh, wait, no, it's Kill. It says first where? Oh, I see. Okay, they've added that. I never knew that was there, actually. T1 was first pick every game. I'm wondering why didn't they pivot to second pick? I think even when G2 lost in game 4 when they had side selection, they chose second pick. I think G2 wanted second pick all series so they could counter top. Yeah, okay, shut up about the hair. So they could counter top. Yeah. The Cho'Gath pick, according to Caedrel, is it possible to learn this power not from an LCK player? Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I was in bed last night thinking about the series. The performance pace put up to lose that series is actually mental. It's insane how godlike pace played to lose that series. It's like... I'm surprised he's not just fucking pissed. Game 1, 1.3k DPM lose. Game 2 was just a fucking horror game from topside. Game 3, 1.3k DPM win. Game 4, 1.7k DPM lose. Like, it's three of those games. Let me just put into context DPM, right? Having over 1k DPM is already pretty impressive. Okay, having over 1k DPM is like, damn, okay, they're kind of popping off. Having 1.3k DPM, 1.4 and 1.3 and 1.7 in one series 3 times is fucking ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Like Hansama, that series, let's check. Caps did 1k DPM in that game 4. BB did 700. Hans did 700. 1.1 from Hans in game 3. On Varus, nice. 1k, 1k. Like 1k is like, damn, you played pretty good, you know what I mean? Like 946 DPM. On Ezreal 9 and 2. The number Space is putting up is crazy. Will T1 make changes? No, I don't think they should make changes. I would be surprised if they make changes. Well, I think let's not beat around the bush. Everyone's talking about Doran. I don't think they're gonna swap out Doran. I don't know. I just don't see a reason to do it. I mean, I can't compare my own experience very well, but I guess the only comparison I have was like in LR when we started the LEC. Baus was getting... He was getting a little bit of a... you know what I'm saying? But me and Baus, we worked so hard for weeks. And eventually it started getting better. You know what I mean? And I say weeks because we didn't have much time. But T1 has 3 months to work on lane phase, draft, reads. I don't really know if you... Obviously, if someone just gave you a golden ticket and was like, we'll give you fucking... I don't know. Keen. Then... But that's just not realistic. It's in July. I think Doran's had some good series, but I think that was definitely like the worst series I've ever seen from Doran. So the bounce back is inevitable. It's like... I do think there was a degree where he was set up for failure in the draft. But you could see in the way that he was playing that he was just not there. Like, he was flashing into walls. He was... Like, the matchups, the way he was playing them was just straight up wrong. He was... I don't know, in team fights, he was just on a different planet half the time. To, like, be straight up and to be, like, super transparent and real, after having watched the LCK for a long, long time, Doran has these moments, right? And sometimes I point them out. Oh, it's a Doran moment. He just randomly got solo killed. Or, like, he randomly flashed into a wall. Or, like, he just does something that, to the human eye, when you see it, it just looks like a what the fuck kind of moment. And he had those moments. He did. He had them even in Gen G when they played that series against fucking BLG a long time ago. And that's kind of like the Doran thing. He just does something every game where you're like, oh, for fuck's sake, Doran, what are you doing? The problem was, in that series, it just happened every, like, 10 minutes. Oh my god. So, I think that a lot of people will just go for someone's head after the series is lost. They're like, oh, just kick Doran. No. I don't think they should kick Doran at all. I think they should just work on it. Put in 100 times more effort in fixing his lane. And find the style that works. I feel like the one thing outside of Doran that was T1's biggest problem is I feel like they just didn't find their identity in the new meta. Sometimes they put their foot in Mage's bot. Other times they realize they can't play Mage's bot because they can't play topside very well and Pace needs to carry. And by the time they start realizing everything, it's too late. And that's why T1's a team that I think over weeks and weeks and weeks in the same tournament, they find their identity. And then when they get their identity, it feels kind of hard to break. But I think aside from like the whole Doran thing and everyone's going after his head, I think they just need to come together quicker and find the thing that works for them faster. I think the thing is, after game 1, playing the Ziggs and Pace being so fucking fed and they lost, I think they needed to pivot there and then, straight away. Instantly. But I don't know, my take on T1 is quite different in the sense that when I watched Doran play in the regular season, and when I watched him play in general, he looked good when he wasn't on a carry. I think that the only exceptions were like if he's playing Rumble, if he's playing Ambessa, or if he's playing like Renekton. Or maybe like an Olaf that scales. But bro, all through the regular season and shit, like even their series against Gen G, I mean look at his score and look at the champ he's playing. And well, who carried the game? And what was his job? His job wasn't like play topside and carry. I'm not saying he can't play carries. Like obviously G2 banned Jace against him a lot. Like his Ambessa is pretty good. His Olaf is pretty good. His fucking Rumble's pretty good. But I just think that when he's on these like, when he's blinding top and he's weak-sided, you have to put him on like Sion. You have to put him on Cassante. You have to put him on Ornn. You have to put him on fucking a blindable top laner like Jason Rumble. But I'm surprised they didn't just Giga weak-side him. Just because of the way T1's style is. Like, pace and carry are just insane. But I think that the tournament, I think they were being pulled in two directions. From an outside perspective, right? It's hard to say what was actually happening. But from the outside, it kind of looked like pace and carry are their best performing players. Let's play bot side. And then the other half of it is like, but Humble Life and BLG are all playing top, like kind of mages bot and playing for their solo lanes. And they kind of were like, wait, I think that the HLE BLG style's better, but we're better at that style. And then they just kind of... Like, that's the reason Humble Life works so well. I think Gumayushi is the perfect player to slot in for Humble Life. Bro, pick me Ziggs, pick me MF, pick me Mel, pick me Senna. Okay, do you need a Lucian? Okay, pick me Lucian. You need a Kate? Okay, pick me Kate. Like, how many champs do you want him to play? You just fucking play it, bro. It doesn't matter. Just you want him to play fucking Kokmo Lulu? I'll play it. And his best style is always going to be caster ADs. This is just Gumayushi in a nutshell. Like, HLE have just doubled down. And the reason caster ADs are good is because these ADs usually win lane and have good wave clear. These are like the two big pluses of caster ADs. Like, if you have Varus or Ashe, high chance you're going to win bot. But if you have like Ezreal or maybe not Ezreal, like Sivir or Jinx or like even Xayah at times or even Yunara at times, it's a bit harder to win bot. Caster AD are ADs that poke you with spells. If I play Yunara against you in bot lane, my kit is auto attack based. Apart from obviously like a shitty W that can throw to slow you. But my trading is based on auto attack. So my range of poke is my auto attack range. Whereas champs like Jhin can Q bounce off minions. Champs like Kate have high auto attack range. Champs like Ashe just spam W. Champs like Ziggs just throw Qs. Champs like MF and Varus just throw spells. These are caster ADs. They don't actually trade and poke you with auto attack range. They trade and poke you with spells. So that's why they typically win lane. It's because they can just outrange you if they're good. But like some AD carries are support reliant, right? Like I can't play Lucian if Melee or Nami are weak. I can't play Corki if Nami is weak. I can't play MF if melee supports suck. I can't play Aphelios without Thresh, kinda, you know. So that's why bot lane meta is usually balanced around like what's strong and what support is strong. That's why Ashe Seraphine was deadly, because they were both fucking broken. You have a caster AD with a range support that's giga broken. So it wins lane And it scales really well, and it team fights really well. But the only problem Ash Seraphine had was if I play Ash Seraphine and the enemy team has Nautilus, whichever one of Ash Seraphine gets hooked is dead if you're not there to cover it. Chat, is anyone at MSI? Cloudy Skies and Nejon, but a Yasuo to brighten my day. Make sure you get to the Riftbound boot at MSI if you get the chance. I want to get that card. I want to get it. How do you get it? How do you get it? You know, I want the Riftbound promo card. I want it. Gimme. BO3/BO5 wins against LCK LPL in the last 9 years. In the last 7 years. Wait, what? LEC has okay, because 9 of them are G2 or what? Perfect solution for T1. Okay. Riot seeing that we still have NA versus EU. Wait, they tweeted about Mage's bot. We've pulled Brand from the patch. We know this is a contentious topic, and I'll give some high-level thoughts on how we see the situation, and more detailed thoughts in the patch rundown. We see Mage's bot as creating healthy diversity for bot lane experience overall. Roughly 4-to-1 ratio of traditional marksmen to mages, even though some traditional marksmen can be quite frustrating. It's important that players experience a mix of games at high intensity, playing AD carries against Rengar Talon and Mage's bot, and also games that are more comfortable and low threat, maybe Iron Jungle, as it creates a low variety in flow state. Too much intensity or too little intensity would make the game unfun in the long run, as you'd never really feel those spikes of cortisol and triumph or be constantly stressed. Marksmen are still the most popular bot carry in both pro and regular play. Mage's bot also need to be a viable picks to allow teams to undoom themselves in champ select for an AD mid like Zed, Yasuo, Yone. That said, Mage's bot have pretty high win rates, often the highest, so aren't they overpowered? The win rates don't tell the full story, but they're definitely strong for several regions. Mages, especially ones like Brandon, Veigar, or Swain, have shallow mastery curves. In addition to not being deeply played in bot lane, i.e. many mage bot lane, and it carries by contrast typically harder, but they also reward that mastery depth, meaning most win rates are relatively suppressed compared to mages. But I'm not saying the mages at high levels of mastery skin are weak. See them in pro player highly ranked, I'm mainly saying that win rates don't tell the full story, and we see them as relatively similar in power level, just often more forgiving and can be more tolerant of a matchup. AD carries also have accelerated 3-item spikes in this season compared to other roles due to the bot quest, which also presents an interesting strategic balancing point. Another balancing aspect of Mage's bot is that they typically represent a composition trade-off, e.g. Orianna, Yunara, Lulu bot, and win on 2 or 3 items, or AD mid plus 6 engage bot and need to end the game fast. If struggling with Mage's bot, champions like Ezreal, Sivir, Zeri can be quite effective against them. Anyway, a nuanced conversation I'll dig into more later. I get where he's coming from. I get it. But Mage's bot are just disgustingly unfun to play against, because all they do is throw skill shots at the wave and jail you under your tower for 10 minutes playing fucking dodgeball against you, and there's nothing you can do except hope your support's a human or get a gank. At least, like, if I play versus Ezreal, or if I play versus fucking... Oh, Secret Lab gave me a gift, bro. And they also... They gave me a Riftbound card. Bro, they have a Riftbound card taped to the front of this. What the fuck? What card could it be? Maybe it's the promo! Wait, I'm gonna close my eyes, chat, okay? 3, 2... Oh, this is stuck like a motherfucker. 3, 2... I'm not gonna look. 1... Boom! Say it's Riftbound promo. 3, 2, 1. Are you fucking dead ass? Is that serious or what? Are you fucking kidding? Bro, I thought this was like a secret rare or a promo. Are you for real? Oh my god. Oh my... It's a promo card. It's a cancelled promo though. Okay. Zibo. Yo, thank you, Secret Lab, for the gift. Big W's. Big W's. Thank you. There's more stuff. There's so much stuff. Hello, my name is Gumayushi. From Humble Life Esports, born in 2022. My favorite sports athlete is Gumayushi. My favorite musical artist is Gumayushi. My celebrity who inspires me is Gumayushi. A league pro I look up to is Gumayushi because he's a cool guy. I'd like to get dinner one day with my future wife. My first main champion was Jhin and Cho'Gath. An ability I'd like to have IRL is Mundold. He prefers soccer over basketball, dogs over cats, freezing time over reading minds. time travel over teleportation, and 0-10 winning over Penturn losing. A fun fact about me. To be able to move the veins on the back of my left hand. Okay, Gumayushi. Gumayushi. Alright, what else is happening? Hoopu scores. Oh my god. Whether Genji wins it all this year or not, that super team disbands. Keen 27 retires the military after coming up short last year. That extremely expensive 1-year intention to maintain him as a contract was Genji's management last hurrah. Genji will also never have a more stacked team they had in the last 2 years. Chovy's already 25 and in less than 3 years to win worlds. He will not find a better team to join. He's the only player I think that can hands diff Zeus top in the LCK. He hands diff every single top laner out there, period, if he switches roles. Bro, I feel like if Chovy role swaps the top and joined T1, that would be the biggest off-season nuke to have ever... Oh my god, I look like a medieval priest again. That would be the single biggest off-season nuke ever dropped. It just would be. I'm tweaking too hard. I don't know if I can read this, man. Why the fuck are they buffing blue buff? What happened? They're nerfing Chovy belt. They're nerfing Jack of all trades. They're nerfing harness. They're bug fixing Azir. Corki's getting a little buff on his AD growth. Mordekaiser, R stat steal increase. Nami E damage. They're trying to fix it. Nami. I don't know why they're buffing Yunara. That champ's kind of busted. And they're nerfing Jace, Locke. They're nerfing Locke. Can they buff Locke's jungle damage? Senna crit modify. They're nerfing Senna again. Oh, they're nerfing support Senna or what? AP healing. Okay, yo, I'm putting the hat back on. I'm done. With the hat staying on all stream. It's not coming off. T1 head coach Tom on drafting against G2. We somewhat expected Yasuo. It's a BB pick that often plays into Gnar. The one we were less conscious about was Kled. Really? You were not that conscious of the Kled. Yeah, BB Kled is pretty fucking good. He's 100% already done it with a 9.6 KDA in spring. He's pretty good on Kled. He's played it a lot this year. He's played it 8 times this year. It's his 5th most played. He normally picks Kled into Sion. Oh my god, look at that score. 15 kills. Bro, look at his champion pool. Kled, Yasuo, Cho'Gath, Vayne, TF, Yasuo, Warwick, and Nivea. What the fuck? What the fuck is he doing? What kind of fucking games is he playing? It's like watching... It's like looking at Bowser's champion pool, man. Oh my god. This is where it also... Well, well, would you looky here? Well.